Good morning, everyone, and welcome to MTCO and Metamora in their first round, or their championship of the LaSalle Sectional Championship game. This is Scott Kirker. Today we'll be joined by Alex Staub. Metamora comes into this morning's championship game with a 23-12 record. They were winners last Wednesday night over Rock Island Alleman 10-5. Jeremy Guerrero was the winning pitcher. Notre Dame won 4-3 over a very good Morris Redskin team. Welcome back to Veterans Memorial Park. Metamora gets ready to start their sectional championship game here against the Notre Dame Irish. I'm joined here by Alex Staub. Alex, nice job on the starting lineups before the start of the game.
Oh, thanks. I just thought it'd be a treat. I mean, I kind of felt down about missing the regional championship with the boys due to final exams, and I thought, I had the opportunity, might as well surprise them and give them a good treat to kind of get them pumped up for the sectional championship game.
Metamora did face Notre Dame earlier this year. They believe they were 10-9 losers, and they faced Matt Corey, so this will be their second time around. The last time we saw Alex Lewis, he was perfect. No-hitter against the Washington Panthers in that regional championship game.
Hopefully we can get another outing like that with out of Lewis. I know he's a good kid, good pitcher. Hopefully we can get some bats. Last in the sectional semifinal against Rock Island Alleman, we had 4 runs our first at bat. So hopefully we can get our bats clicking again.
Metamora's their first 3 batters would be Burnett, Fairfield, and Ethan Skinder. And in this postseason, their bats have kind of come alive. The other night they were tied 5-5 going into the 5th inning, and they scored with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. They scored 5 runs. So that's awful nice. When Guerrero came back to start that top of the 7th, he was staked to a 10-5 lead. And I don't think there's a pitcher around that won't appreciate that kind of an output from your offense at the bottom of an inning. Peyton Burnett leads off this first inning. No, Metamora.
Metamora.
So Peyton Burnett comes to bat. He'll lead off.
Burnett takes the ball high outside.
A little bit high and outside. So quickly Burnett's ahead of the count, 1-0.
Strike one, evens the count at 1.
Takes a strike on that outside corner. He popped it up. Burnett's going to end up with a triple.
If not, he's going inside the park home run. Here we go.
Burnett will circle the bases, and the Redbirds quickly out front, 1-0.
Man, I didn't think the sun was that bad when we came in
Well,
here.
it was awfully high, and their left fielder had no idea where the ball was at.
It'll be Brady Fairfield hitting for the Redbirds.
That's Nick Best out there that was kind of...
Number 4, Brady Fairfield.
Strike. Makes it.
Throws a strike. Fairfield down 0-1.
Oh,
Fairfield will gap one.
Left center gap. He's going 2. Oh, he bobbles it and right.
And he'll get us. Oh, he'll get an easy double.
Maybe I did something.
That brings up Ethan Skinder. Nobody out. Runner on second base.
Ethan Skinder.
Be nice if the Redbirds could go out and throw up a crooked number here to start this championship game here of the LaSalle sectional. Ball outside. Curry's throwing the ball pretty hard.
Yeah, and I mean, a guy like Skinder, he's going to Kansas State when things are all through here at Metamora, so he's not gonna just wave at those. He's just gonna make contact on the one that he thinks is his pitch and maybe even drive one out of here.
Get one into his wheelhouse, and Skinder can hit any fastball.
Any fastball, absolutely.
That's ball low. Fairfield thought about going to third.
Which wouldn't be too bad of an idea. I mean, if you see that mistake that Best made out there in left field, I mean, you never know.
And the ball got by, shattered a little bit, but not very far. So it's 3-0. Count to Skinder. Nobody out. Redbirds up 1-0. And that's way up and out. They weren't giving Skinder anything to hit. So that'll put runners at first and second. Nobody out. And that'll bring up Drew Benders.
Benders in the semifinal game, he was the one where with the bases loaded, Alleman hit Benders in the upper back and gave the Redbirds a 6-5 lead. It was his most recent at bat. Just got to get those two runners. They're there for him, and hopefully, and kind of open this lead even more. They've already got it.
One of only 2 seniors in the Redbird lineup today. Ball looked a little bit up and out, but they called it a strike, and he's down 0-1.
Benders lays down the bunt, and it'll
roll
foul. Send Skinder back to first and Fairfield back to second.
And he's quickly down 0-2. Ball up and out, or up and in, I should say. 1-2 the count.
High and outside, I believe that was the pitch that we had discussed earlier that made it 2 strikes. But
2-2 the count to Benders. Benders stays alive. Kind of a defensive swing there. 2-2. Bender has a chance to do some damage here. We're already up 1-0, but we have a chance to put up a crooked number.
Ooh.
Wow, looked a little bit out. But wide strike zone, so you got to be careful. You got to be aware of that.
Number 13, the left fielder, Brendan Knocktree.
Brendan Knocktree comes up to bat.
Knocktree has hit the ball. The last 3 weeks, he's hit the ball as hard as anybody on the Metamora team. 1 down.
Oh, that's deep. But Best is going to get it in foul territory. Again, it'll send Skinder and Fairfield back to their respective bases, bringing up Caleb Brockbill.
Brockbill comes up with a chance to drive in a run. They had a hit and run on there, but Brady Fairfield had to hustle back to second base. Runners still at second and first, now with 2 outs.
Pitch from Corey is a strike, maybe low outside.
It looked pretty good, though. Ball low. 1-1.
It's a pop fly.
Looks like that's gonna get
Shattered.
out
We'll
of
give it a
play.
look, but it's out.
Please return the ball.
1-2 the count to Caleb Brockbill. So he's going to have to protect. If you've got a big strike zone, he's been consistent, so you got to protect.
evens the count at 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the first. Corey backs off the rubber. And the
Nice
third
stop
baseman
over there at
will
third.
step on third to end the inning. Redbirds get 1 run on 2 hits at the end of the first half inning.
1 run on 2 hits for Metamora.
I believe wouldn't it be
2 hits.
2 hits?
1-0. Good people make good sports.
So the Redbirds go into the bottom of the first inning, leading 1-0. It brings Alex Lewis onto the mound for the Redbirds. Lewis finishes up his warm-up tosses, and the first batter for Notre Dame will be Luke Shadid, a speedy second baseman for Notre Dame. He caused some problems the first time we played him, when we played him at our place back at the end of
Second baseman Luke Shedid.
April. And one of the keys for Metamora today is to keep him off the bases.
And indeed that is true, and also like I've said before, the first time we played the Irish, it was a Saturday. It was a non-conference game, but obviously it was a Saturday non-conference game for them too. So neither team was playing their best guys, but still had the same 15, 18 guys on the benches and lost. I believe it was actually 10-11. The Redbirds
11-10,
lost.
yeah.
11-10.
And then I think the second game was like 3-2. First ball was foul. And that's a strike on the outside corner. So umpire is, if anything, very consistent on giving the pitchers that outside half of the plate. And that's a first pitch strike, third pitch strikeout.
Shedid strikes out for the first out of the inning.
That brings up Truman Ralph,
Next up,
the center fielder.
Truman Ralph.
Foul ball straight back, 0-1. Just a little bit outside. One thing about Lewis is he will be around the plate.
High outside.
2-1 the count.
It's a strike.
Evens the count at 2-2.
Truman Ralph, little blooper to Brockville, but he's not going to put a handle on it. Truman Ralph reaches first. The catcher Andy Shadid up.
Next up for Peoria Notre Dame, number 7, Andy Shedid.
Brings up Andy Shadid. Kind of a knuckleball out to the third baseman.
Got him.
Got him!
There we go. Smart defensive play by GD there.
That's a big play by the catcher. Jake Jeedy, he picks off Ralph from first base. Now there's 2 outs. That's a
That ball is
pop-up. It
high,
looks
but
like
yep,
Benders,
Benders
will
will have it. So Truman Ralph reaches first off an error, but that's the only base runner the Irish will get. We'll head to the top of the second. Redbirds 1, Irish 0.
That brings up Jake Jeedy, Jeremy Guerrero, and Zach Thyler, 7-8-1 or 7-8-9. If anybody gets on, we'll go back to the top with Peyton Burnett, who circled the bases inside the park home run.
Don't see that too often, but obviously you can't rely on things like that to get the bats going for you. Still gotta work hard. When I spoke with Brendan Noctree after the semifinal game, talking about how they have an ambush offense, getting a lot of runs and kind of maintaining that big lead, and obviously only got one up on the board, but hopefully we can get something going here in the second.
Yeah, I think it'll be crucial for Metamora to adjust. We've got a big strike zone, and there's nothing wrong with that because he's been consistent.
Yeah.
Corey finishes up his warm-up tosses.
Brings up
GD, who's had a very good year at the plate.
And, I mean, last year we lost a great player in David Galandry to graduation, but, I mean, GD's really filled the shoe well. And,
yes, he has.
Been a great, I guess, like I said, filling the shoe, doing a great job at that, and he's just going to keep on going for his next year at Metamora. That ball hit deep, but
the left fielder had a real good jump on the ball. Nice running catch for the first out of the inning. GD gave that ball a nice ride. That brings up Jeremy Guerrero, the DH today. Got the win on Wednesday night.
Complete game.
10-5.
I believe Notre Dame had like a 4-run fourth or fifth inning. But other than that, Guerrero was really shining like he always does.
Rock Island Allman.
But that fourth or fifth inning that they had in the semifinal against the Redbirds, it didn't phase them, and we still came out. And I mean, a guy like Guerrero on the hill, you're almost
you like your
guaranteed.
chances.
Yeah, you like your chances, exactly.
Be nice. Notre Dame has made a little bit of a history of coming back. That ball drops. And that'll bring on. Actually, Jeremy's going to have to.
Jake Hurst and Luke Shad, and possibly a minor communication error there. Drops between the two of them. Hit to center field.
That ball's coming in.
Gives them out number 2.
Flies out for out number 2.
And we're back at the top with Peyton Burnett, who, as we mentioned earlier, inside the park home run off, Mick Best, I believe, had the little bit of couldn't really spot the ball in the sun, and was given an inside the park home run, give the Redbirds their one run that they have right now. Behind in the count.
0-1. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but pitch like that, first pitch of the at bat, you let it go if it's not to your liking. He's quickly down 0-2 with 2 outs. (0-2).
Deep,
Burnett
but out of play.
stays alive with a foul ball down the left field line. Still 0-2. It's getting a little closer, but it's still foul ball. 0-2.
Burnett doing a good job battling, forcing Corey to get a couple more extra pitches than you would expect. Hopefully you can pull off a win in that battle and move Guerrero into scoring position.
Ball up and out, nice eye.
And you mentioned how the Irish had a history of coming back. Also, as I'm sure many of the people are familiar with, last year a sectional championship victory for the Redbirds against the Irish in
the
Washington. In the rain. And then pouring down rain, I believe Ryan Ballard got a swinging strikeout last year to end it.
Struck out Shadid, one of their best hitters.
And the Irish obviously trying to get the Redbirds back for that, and the fly ball to center ends the inning, and the Redbirds are trying to get the Irish back from the 11-10 loss in the regular season. So no runs on 1 hit for the Redbirds. It'll take us to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Redbirds.
Due up for Notre Dame, Jake Hurst, Jared Watkins, and Peter Hanley.
Great day for baseball here at Veterans
Yeah.
Park, isn't it?
It's an awfully nice day. Call for rain this afternoon. Hopefully we'll get this in without any showers, but right now it's as nice as it's been. The other night we did the softball game, and it was about as nice a night as you could expect too.
In about half an hour or so, we want to say good luck to the softball team there in the sectional championship game against East Peoria back in Metamora. So obviously best of luck to that team, and hopefully the Redbirds can get a sweep of sectional titles today.
That'd be awfully nice. It brings up Jake Hurst, the right fielder.
First up, number 22, Jake Hurst.
Nice pitch by Lewis, quickly out in front. 0-1. Ball in. Ball a little bit outside. 2-1 the count. 3-1 the count. Lewis will have to battle back. Foul ball straight back. Full count. That's a strike looking.
Man.
I don't know if they're getting him on the swing, the attempted check swing, but maybe they're counting that as a...
And if it was any of a check swing, it was just, just a little jerk, just a little jerk, even if it does cross the plane. I mean, he was awfully close to the plate. It could have very well been in the strike zone.
That brings up Jared Watkins, the shortstop. I believe he's the coach's son.
Yeah, Sean Watkins is the head coach of the Irish.
That's a fly ball to Knocktree. He's got a beat on it. Can of corn. 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the second inning. It brings Peter Hanley,
Notre Dame, number 19,
the first baseman.
It's Hanley's first plate appearance. Pitch from Lewis.
Ball a little bit low.
The 1-0 is grounded to Brady Fairfield. He'll throw it over to Benders at first.
First, easy.
3
1,
outs.
2, 3. No runs, no hits at the end of 2. Redbirds lead 1-0. Nice inning for Lewis that inning. That was an easy, probably about a 8-9 pitch inning for him.
Yeah, and you want to get an inning like that from a guy like Lewis on the mound and get the bats going to kind of back that up. And as a pitcher, that's what you want. You want good offense, good defense, kind of get all the links of the chain put together and come out of here with a W.
You also want to start adding on here too, because a 1-0 lead is it doesn't leave a whole lot of room for error.
And it doesn't. But yeah, got Brady Fairfield who had a single. So our first three batters, you have Fairfield who singled in the first, Skender who walked in the first, and then Benders who struck out looking in the first. So hopefully we can get some base runners to start this inning off, and like you said, kind of add to this lead.
Strike on the inside corner, 0-1 to Fairfield. That ball's golfed out into center field. That's a spacious outfield. They've got a beat on easy fly ball for the...
Flies out from center fielder to the first out of the inning. Next up for Metamora,
I'll take a water.
the shortstop, number 1, Ethan Skender.
Ethan Skinder walked his first time up. I think he walked on 4 pitches.
Yeah, it might have been on 4 pitches. Could have been 3-1, but still a walk is a walk, and hopefully we can get him back on base this inning as well.
Be nice if he could hit one. Boy, I think it's going to take a little bit of a shot because the wind's blowing from right field, from right to left. 1-1 the count.
He checked down the base umpire on that one. Apparently, Notre Dame might have debated on whether or not that was a ball there, but they win the argument, and it's, like I said, 1-1. 1-2 now. And you mentioned about taking a little bit of a shot to get one out of here. In the semifinal, Skender had a deep fly ball to center, and maybe back at Al Mulberry, that one could have been out. I mean, this is a relatively, like I said, spacious outfield, but Skender actually, I believe the center fielder dropped that one and scored a couple on that play, but
that's going to be out of play, I think. Oh, just
barely off the fence. Skender still has a 1-2 count, 1 out.
one down here in the top of the 3rd inning. And that's just barely foul, about 1.5 feet on the other side of the fence. Skender stays alive. 1-2 the count, 1 out here in the 3rd.
Pitch from Corey.
Ball up.
Evens it at 2, 2-2.
That's a base hit. Nice at bat for Skender.
He's gonna go 2. Get down. Nope, they got him.
Skender singles on the play, is thrown out, trying to extend it to a double.
Brings up Drew Benders.
Next up, first baseman, number 11, Drew Benders.
Benders, as mentioned, struck out looking in the 1st inning. Starts it off the 1-0 count.
Ball in, 2-0 the count. Foul ball up and out of play, makes it 2-1. That was a nice at bat by Skender. Like the aggressive play.
Ooh, off his foot, I believe.
I'm gonna give him a hit on that. That's a.
I mean, there ain't nothing you can do about that. I mean, it was right off his foot, and quite frankly, probably didn't feel too good. But
2 down brings up Brendan Knocktree, runner on first. So we've hit the ball hard this inning, and all we have to show for it right now is a runner on first. but we're making them make plays on us. So. It looked like it was going to ricochet right to the shortstop, but it even got past him.
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of, to be honest, kind of lucked out on that. But like I said, only have a first runner on first to show for it. Knocktree almost got plunked there on the stomach, but gets out of the way of that one. Gives it, I believe it's a 1-0?
1-0 count.
1-0 count.
Ball out.
2-0.
2-0.
That ball hit to best. It's going to drop. A couple of hops in front of him.
So 3-8 hits this inning. Runners at first and second. Brings up Caleb Brockbill with a chance to give the Redbirds a little bit of an insurance run.
Next up, number 7, the third baseman, Caleb Brockbill.
So as we said, it'll be runners on first and second for Brockville. 2 outs. Ball low and outside.
Low and outside. That's it's a nice eye by Brockville. He's up on the count 1-0.
Makes contact. 3 Notre Dame players will give it a look, but I believe it might have hit off the light pole and bounced back into play or something.
Yeah, I think it was. There's a lot of foul room here, which is nice. That evens the count at 1-1.
Pitch from Corey. Brockville makes contact. Little dribbler down the third. Is he going to make it?
Safe.
He does.
Yes.
He does. Yes, he does. Bases loaded for the Redbirds. Very close play over there.
Brockville has very good speed, and he needed all of it on that one. So we've now got 4 hits this inning. Hopefully we can get a run out of it.
Brings up GD, who flied out to left field in the second inning.
Hit the ball hard. Ball low. Can't be afraid. Take a walk here because that'll be a run.
And I believe that's maybe our mentality, like I mentioned earlier in the semifinal, when Benders got hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. You know, got to take hit by a pitch, walk, whatever you can get to put more runs up on the board.
That's why you lead off third base in foul territory. If that hits him, it's just a dead ball, foul ball. Hits him in fair territory, it's an out. So 1-1 the count to GD. GD an awfully good hitter, and he's been very good in these crucial situations too this year.
That's
going to drop. That's going to get 2 runs in.
Bender scores, and here comes Noctreve. That is a 2 RBI double for GD. Makes it 3-0 Redbirds.
GD doubles on the play, scoring 2 for Metamora.
Courtesy runner in for the Redbirds.
It'll be Joe Cannell for
Joe
GD.
Cannell comes in to run for GD, the courtesy runner. Puts runners at second and third with 2 outs, brings up Jeremy Guerrero. He got a base hit in just about the same spot that first inning.
Courtesy runner for the catcher.
Joe Cannell.
Number 17, Joe Cannell.
Guerrero singled.
Low inside. Oh, that's down.
That's down.
That's down. Here comes Cannell as well.
Come on, Joey. Run it, Joey. That boy.
There we go.
Cannell will score. That's 2 RBIs for Guerrero.
I believe that's 5-0 Redbirds now. Nice aggressive move by Cannell coming off the second.
Next up for Metamora, number 2, the second baseman. Excuse me, the center fielder, Zach Bigler. Tyler. Zach Tyler, sorry.
Tyler takes a ball low. Oh, ball caught by the
mercy.
third baseman.
Tyler lines up to the third baseman in the inning. Metamora puts up 4 in the inning.
5-0 Redbirds.
Middle of the third.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 6
Six hits. 6 hits. 1 runner left.
Again, 4 runs in that half makes it 5-0 Redbirds.
Big inning for the Redbirds. For Notre Dame, this bottom half of the third inning brings up Nick Pudick Nick Best, and Matt Corey. So we've given Alex Lewis, we've staked him to a 5-0 lead here going into the third inning.
And that's what you want as a pitcher, you know, good cushion to work with. Kind of ups your confidence, and you're able to get balls across the plate and get batters.
Two big things for the Redbirds that inning. One, we got a runner thrown out at second base for the second out, and then we were able to load the bases and score 4 runs after that, with 2 outs. And then the fact that we were able to add on after the first inning. Two big things for Metamora, and we did it all with 2 outs.
And that's, again, another reference to the semifinal. That's exactly what happened in the 5-run 6th inning, I want to say, is they had 5 runs with 2 outs. All 5 of those were scored with 2 outs. So, like you said earlier, Redbirds producing in some crucial scenarios.
And that'll be a foul ball down the right field line. Oh, 1. 0-2 to Pudick. That's a nice 0-2 pitch. He has faced his 7th batter today, and 6 of those, the first pitch was a strike.
Right to Skender. Oh.
And he pulls the runner off first base.
Next up for Fury Notre Dame, number 1, Nick Best.
That brings up Nick Best. Foul ball straight back, 0-1. Number 8 hitter in the Notre Dame batting order.
Pitch from Lewis. Is Judy going to get him again? No, it's off his helmet.
1-1 the count. Foul ball straight back, 1-2. Lewis is pumping strikes. Got him at first. Nice play by Lewis. Brings up Matt Corey, the pitcher, 1 down.
Matt Corey.
So they have runners on the corner now with 1 out. Brings up the top of the order in Luke Shatted. So that's the first hit Alex Lewis has given up in 10 innings.
Obviously, a lot of the area knows of his, and we mentioned it in the pregame, no-hitter 3-0 win against Washington in the regional title, and makes it through the first 2 1/3 innings here in LaSalle, Peru for the sectional championship, and then Notre Dame gets the first hit.
And I would suspect we'd probably trade the run for the out. You don't want to give them the big inning. One 0 to the leadoff hitter, Luke Shadid. Safe at first. Nice job by Fairfield for the second out of the inning. Brings up Truman Ralph. Now with 2 outs.
Number 8, Truman Ralph.
Strike one.
That's going to be foul ball. That'll make it 0-2 the count. Runners on the corner for Notre Dame. That's another nice 0-2 pitch. Stays on that outside half. Strike 3, nice job.
Strike 3, 3 outs.
Ralph strikes out for the third out of the inning.
No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left. At the end of 3, Redbirds lead 5-0. Due up for Metamora, we go to the top of the order. Preston Burnett, or excuse me, Peyton Burnett. Peyton Burnett, Brady Fairfield, and Ethan Skinder. We're going around for our 3rd time, and they've just barely started their 2nd trip through their order. So the error that we had that inning did not come back to haunt us. Did a nice job of recovering after that.
So as mentioned, it'll be the top of the order, Burnett, Fairfield, and Skender. Matt Corey still on the hill for the Irish, 5 runs. Andy Shadid will throw down the second at the end of the warm-ups, and that'll bring up Burnett. Burnett's 1 for 2 inside the park homer in the 1st inning, and a fly out to center in the 2nd. Pitch from Corey.
And that'll be a base hit. Looks like Peyton Burnett's going to have a double.
Get 2. There he goes, and he's in, standing up.
That's a great way to start this 4th inning.
Peyton Burnett ends off with a double. Next up for Metamora, the second baseman, number 4, Brady Fairfield.
Fairfield also 1 for 2. A single in the 1st and a fly out to center in the 3rd. Pitch from Corey is a bunt by Fairfield.
And they barely get him at first base. That's a nice job by Corey, but we moved Peyton Burnett into 3rd base.
And with a guy like Skender up at the plate, you know, like we mentioned earlier, you like your chances. He's a great hitter, great fielder, great all-around player, and I'm sure we'll get a great AB out of him this time.
Skinder, like you said, had a base hit his last time up. Tried to stretch it into a double. They're going to walk him.
Oh boy. I believe if I've kept track right, that may be the third, possibly fourth time that an opponent has intentionally walked Skender this season.
Yeah, he's had a lot of those this year, and some of where he's had to take pitches have been in the intentional walk variety. Brings up Drew Benders. He has a chance for Metamora to add on. It's always important when you get a lead to keep adding on, keep the other team down. That might be deep enough.
He got it. Benders tagging.
Oh, that's a nice job.
Burnett scores. 6-0 Birds. Skender's over there at second.
That's why you make the 16-year-old make the throw.
Next up for Metamora.
Brings up Brendan Knocktree.
Number 13, the left fielder, Brendan Knocktree.
And the nice part of that is Skinder was able to move into scoring position. He took second base on the overthrow. So Knocktree has a chance to add on also.
Skender with the lead at second. Pitch is a blooper between second and short. Get the hand on it at second. Ooh. Knocktree gets tripped up. It'll be 3 outs.
Redbirds do get a run. 1 run on 1 hit. So the Redbirds lead 6-0 going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Good hustle by Knocktree. Didn't look pretty, but it's still good hustle. Leading off for Notre Dame, Andy Shadid, he's 0 for 1. Jake Hurst, 0 for 1. Jared Watkins, he's also 0 for 1. First 3 batters for the Irish.
Alex Lewis, as you mentioned, the first 3 hitters are 0 for 1 for the Irish. Doing a very impressive job on the hill, as he did his very impressive job on the hill his last time out. And that's what you want. When I had discussed with Coach Stone earlier in the regular season, talked about how they're really impressed with their depth on the pitching mound. And that's what you like with a guy like Lewis. Obviously, we had the injury to our star pitcher Trent Johnson that caused him to be out for the year with Tommy John surgery. But so we had some pitchers that needed to fulfill that role. Obviously, that's not an easy shoe to fill, but I think a guy like Lewis has really done a very, very good job of filling that shoe in the second half of the season.
First pitch, strike.
Leading off from here, Notre Dame, number 7, Andy Shadid.
Shadid takes an inside pitch, evens the count at 1-1. Ball a little bit out, 2-1. Ball's foul down the left field line. 2-2.
Pitch from Lewis. Ground ball to Brockbill. Crosses the field and
Nice
gets
job.
him.
Nice job by Brockbill. Made a nice throw for the first out of the inning. Always important to get that leadoff hitter. Brings up Jake Hurst. He was caught looking that first time up.
Next up for Peoria, Notre Dame, number 22, Jake Hurst.
Hurst, a very good hitter though, and you got to make sure you keep him off stride, keep the ball inside, outside. Don't let him get those arms extended.
Another play over there for Brockville. Benders grabs it, little off target. Benders still comes down with it and tags Hurst over at first.
For the second out of the inning. Nice job by Drew Benders.
Next up for Notre Dame, number 33, Jared Watkins.
That brings up Jared Watkins, the shortstop. He popped out to the left fielder his first time up. Sunday hop for Skinder.
Three
first. 3 down, 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits. At the end of 4, Redbirds lead 6-0. Due up for the Redbirds here in this top of 5. Caleb Brockville, Jake Geedy, and Jeremy Guerrero. Brockville is 1 for 2. Geedy is 1 for 2, and Guerrero is 2 for 2. Guerrero's had a very nice game so far in that DH role. You know, earlier in the year, he was struggling a little bit at the plate, but when it counts, the big left-hander, pitching-wise, the big left-hander has really come through, and he's hitting the ball awfully hard here lately. Brockville beat out an infield roller his last time up for a crucial base hit that loaded the bases and led to a big inning for Metamora, but that hustle is what kept that inning alive. So you got 6, 7, 8. Oh, that skinned his top. And he'll get first base, barely skinned his hat. Brockville goes to first base. That brings up Jake Geedy.
Next up for Metamora, number 5, the catcher, Jacob Geedy.
Corey keeping Brockville honest over there at first, but unsuccessful that time. Bunt by Geedy. Corey's going to go for the lead runner.
And everybody's safe.
It's 2 runners on base. The Redbirds already got a 6-run lead, and Guerrero, who I believe you said is 2 for 2, is now the current batter. And as has been the case for the past couple of at-bats for Geedy, Joe Cannell, courtesy run over there at first.
Joe Cannell comes in to pinch, or to courtesy run for Geedy. Laid down a nice bunt. Caleb Brockville just beat the throw to second base. So we've got something cooking here in the top of the 5th inning. Maybe we can push across 4 runs. That's a ball low and outside. Good eye by Guerrero, seeing the ball awfully well. 2-0 the count.
Strike, I'd say middle inside.
Yeah, he didn't like it, but you know what? You're still up in the count, 2-1. And you want to be able to drive this run in. That's low and outside, 3-1.
Hoping for a base hit, ball forward kind of scenario here. Hoping for a base hit, hoping for a walk. Kind of get a bases loaded scenario for Thyler. It's a pop fly between second and right. Right fielder is going to catch it. Gives it 1 out. So we'll have Cannell on first, Brockville on second for Zach Thyler at the plate.
Next up, number 2, the center fielder, Zach.
So runners remain at second and first with 1 out. Thyler lined out hard to the third baseman his last time up back in the 3rd inning to end the inning, but he hit the ball awfully hard.
Indy shattered a brief timeout behind the plate. We'll get things back going here. The pitch from Corey.
Ball up and in. 1-0. Corey's had to throw a lot of pitches here We're only 4 1/3 through the game. Ball in, 2-0. Notre Dame has nobody warming up, so it's going to be Corey's ball game here to win or lose. And that's a base hit.
Gapper between the shortstop and third. Here comes
And that's going
Brock.
to get
It's
through.
past him
And that's going
left.
to bring in 2
Oh,
runs.
wow. Here comes Cannell. Thyler in at third.
Third base.
2 runs for the Redbirds. An 8-0 lead. Best in the first inning, kind of messed up and maybe possibly lost it in the sun, causing a Burnett inside the park home run. And here he has that play that gets past him to score 2 Redbird runs.
That brings up Peyton Burnett at the top of the order, but it also brings out.
Yeah, it also brings out Coach
Watkins.
Yeah, Coach Sean Watkins will give a visit to the mound.
We got 1 out.
And that'll end the night for Corey. They'll bring in Jake Hurst. I mean, Corey fought. I mean, he gave up, well, 8 of the all 8 runs were when Corey was on the hill. And I mean, you got to give credit. You got to give credit to our offense. And I mean, Corey's a good pitcher, and we just got the better of him today.
Today we did, yes, and it's 8-0 right now, and you got a runner on third base with 1 out. You got the top of the order coming up, and they'll bring in Jake Hurst, like you'd mentioned. Jake Hurst is a 6'4" junior. I believe I've heard where he's signed with Bradley.
For baseball?
He is verbal
to Bradley for baseball?
For baseball. Also a pretty good tight end.
Yeah, and also I noticed in the Journal-Star, I want to send out congratulations to Spencer Gay, listed on the All-American Freshman Squad for Division I.
Yep.
Congratulations to him, a Metamora alum on last year's sectional championship team. Over there at Bradley doing an impressive job at third base. I believe it said 60 of the 61 games that the Braves played in the regular season, Gay started 60 of them.
That's pretty good for a freshman.
Peyton Burnett will lead off the inning.
One of the top 3 fastest kids I've ever seen play baseball at Metamora. Ball low and outside, 1-0 the count. Burnett is 2 for 3 with an inside the park home run and a double, and he flied out to center field, so he's hit the ball well today. Ball up and out.
2-0. The pitch.
2-1 the count.
Pitch from Hurst.
Ball low.
3-1. Gonna hoping for a base hit, ball 4. Get runners on the corners, if not score a runner. Kind of open this lead even more.
Ball up.
Ball 4, runners on the corners for Brady Fairfield.
Brings up Brady Fairfield is 1 for 2 with a sacrifice back in the 4th inning. So you got runners on the corners with just 1 out. That'll be a strike to Fairfield. I think he's
almost went around on that one.
I think he's had strike 1 on just about every one of his at-bats so far. He's had to come from behind with an 0-1 count. And now he's 0-2, foul ball straight back. Did you see the other night when Yadier Molina went to throw the ball back to the pitcher and hit the batter? Brady almost stepped into that throwback from the umpire.
Shows even the most experienced catchers in baseball are gonna have errors like that, and hopefully something like that wouldn't have affected anybody in any sense.
1-2 the count. Strike
swing and
three.
miss for Fairfield. 2 outs. I believe it's the would be the top. It'd be the top of the 5th.
Shortstop. Number 1, Ethan Skender.
So Skinder comes to the bat. As long as there's a runner on first base, they're not going to walk him. But I don't know if they're going to give him. Well, you know, though, you got your best pitcher on the mound. I think they're going to try and go right at him.
There'll be 3 outs. Tyler crosses home, but the run will not count. It'll stay 8-0 Redbirds.
So they get 2 runs on 1 hit. 2 men left. At the end of, the end of 5.5, Redbirds lead 8-0. Nice inning for the Redbird offense. Due up for Notre Dame here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Peter Hanley, Nick Pudick, and Nick Best. That's 6, 7, and 8.
And I figured I'd mention this. The last 2, well, scratch that. I was going to say the past 2 games, they're about to score as much as they have the past 2 games because they scored 7 in the regional semi.
10 in the
3 in the championship, 10 in the sectional semifinal, and they're getting ready to put another game of double digits here against the Irish in the sectional championship.
And he comes to bat. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up.
Leading off for Fury, Notre Dame, number 19, Peter Hanley.
Another hitter with the first pitch strike for Lewis. Hanley grounds it over to Brockbill at third. Nice throw.
Nice job. Nice job by
throw.
Brockbill. That brings up Nick Pudick.
Next up for Fury,
He reached on an error the first time up.
Nick Pudick.
He got as far as third base, but Lewis shut him down and preserved the shutout so far. Ball outside. Ball in the inside half. Ball's behind him.
So Ralph behind in the count. Well, now it's even. I was going to say Lewis has got to shake it off here. Bring the ball back. In the
3-1 the count.
Right, so a 3-1 count. Pitch from Lewis.
And he'll walk him.
Ball 4.
That brings up Nick Best, the left fielder.
Next up for Fury, Notre Dame, the left fielder, number 1, Nick Best.
Strike 1. 0-1 count in favor of Lewis.
Ball outside.
Evens it at 1.
Look at all the ones up there.
It's number 1 Mick Best up. Well, now it's a 2-1 count, but it was number 1 Mick Best 1-1 count with 1 out. Now it's 2-1.
Ball just a little bit up.
Ball 3, Lewis will be faced with another 3-1 count. They'll send Ethan Skender
This
over
is
to the.
a nice job by Ethan Skender to come in and just slow him down a little bit.
Strike 2.
That makes it a full count, 3-2.
Brock Bill over to first. He's safe. So the Irish will have runners on first and second.
So Notre Dame has a little something going here. They have runners on first and second with 1 out. Brings up Brendan Burdos. He came in for Matt Corey.
Batting for Fury of Notre Dame, number 3, Brendan Burdos.
Oh, 1 count in favor of Lewis. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. Makes it 0-2.
0-2 to the number 9 hitter. They list him at 5'8". And he strikes out. That brings up the top of the order with Luke Shadded.
Next up for Fury of Notre Dame, number 6, Luke Shedden.
Knock tree. Oh, man. That'll score 2 for the Irish. And Shadded will stay at second. It's a 2 RBI double for Luke Shadded. It'll send Coach Stone out to the mound.
I think Eric Stone is just going out there to calm him down a little bit.
I don't mean to say too much, but I mean, we do have 8 runs on this board. The Irish have got to score 6 more runs, and after this half, they'll have
just 2 more
two
innings.
more chances.
So we've got to get 7 outs here. That brings up Truman Ralph.
Next up for Fury of Notre Dame, number 8, Truman Ralph.
And he is 0 for 2 this afternoon or this morning. Foul ball straight back, 0-1.
The 0-1 from Lewis.
Ball a little outside. Foul ball out of play. 1-2.
One, 2 count. The throw from Alex.
He
went 3 outs. Heading into the top of the 6th. Redbirds 8, Irish 2.
Drew Benders.
Benders makes contact. It's fouled though. 0-1.
Kind of got in on his hands on that one, and Bender's kind of, good thing it was foul. Ball up.
Evens
Had a lot
it.
of bite to it, didn't it?
Evens the count at 1-1.
2-2. Oh, it's 1-2. My mistake.
Swing and miss by Benders. 1 out. Brings up Brendan Knocktree.
Next up for Metamora, number 13, the left fielder, Brendan Knocktree.
Knocktree is 1 for 3 this morning. Base hit back in the third.
Swing and miss.
Well, Hanley does have swing and miss stuff. Ball straight back. 0-2. I guess the first ball was a. So he's gonna have to protect. Strike 3.
Tipped, but Shattered will get it behind the plate for the strikeout. 2 outs, bringing up Brockville, who I believe was the one hit by a pitch his last at bat.
He's 1 for 2 this afternoon with a double back in the third inning. That might be a
Left
gapper.
center gap.
That's a.
Yep.
Well, almost bounces over the right fielder's head. Metamora has not been retired in order yet this game. They've had at least 1 base runner every inning. That brings up Jake Jeedy.
Metamora, number 5, the catcher, Jacob Jeedy.
Just real quick, it's 1-0 Metamora in our softball sectional championship game after the first inning.
Nice.
Right to Hurst. 3 outs. So as mentioned for our softball program, it's Metamora versus East Peoria back over at the sports complex at Metamora High School. And it's Metamora 1, East Peoria 0. That game is after 1 inning. Over here in LaSalle, Peru, we're heading to the bottom of the 5th or 6th. Bottom of the 6th. Should be bottom of the 6th. We're with a score of Redbirds 8, Irish 2.
Due up for the Irish, Andy Shadid, Jake Hurst, and Jared Watkins. Shadid is 0 for 2, Jake Hurst is 0 for 2, and Watkins, again, is 0 for 2. That's a fly ball to the center fielder, Zach Thyler. Can of corn for the center fielder.
1 out.
Brings up Jake Hurst. He's also 0 for 2.
Next up for Peoria, Notre Dame, number 22, Jake Hurst.
Oh, Sunday
1
hop for
hopper to
Fairfield.
2 outs. Well, I spoke too soon on the softball game. Now 1-1 leadoff home run for EP in the top of the 2nd inning. So it'll be Watkins for the Irish. Pitch from Lewis. He's ahead in the count 0-1.
Peter Hanley comes to the plate. Runner on second for Notre Dame. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Hanley is also 0 for 2. Ball outside.
Right back at Lewis Fairfield to get a hand on it. Way over Benders. They'll score 1 Irish. That's Watkins comes across the plate. So it'll be a runner at second for the Irish. 8-3. They'll bring out Coach Stone. See what he has to say.
So to bring up Nick Pudick, he's 0 for 1.
Next up for Fury Notre Dame, number 9, Nick Pudick.
Nice pitch by Lewis, 0 and 1.
Here's the 0-1. Burnett gives it chase, but it'll be Fairfield who bobbles it. Scores another Irish, 8-4.
And Pudick will get to second base. That'll bring up Nick Best, who's 0 for 2.
Next up for Fury Notre Dame, number 1, Nick Best.
They've cut the lead in half. It's 8-4.
The 1-0 from Lewis. Swing and miss. Pop fly. Benders, I believe, will give it. Take it.
Catches it.
3 outs.
So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 man left. That inning will, we're a little shaky on defense. That'll get the Metamora bullpen active. Caleb Brockbill will go down and start warming up in case he's needed in that 7th inning. I'm pretty sure Lewis will come out to start that 7th inning, though, especially if we can get a couple more runs. Jeremy Guerrero comes to the plate. He is 2 for 3, 2 RBIs back in the 3rd inning. Ball up.
Guerrero ahead in the count, 1-0.
Here at the top of the 7th inning. Strike on the outside half.
Popped up. Right fielder catches it.
So Guerrero pops out to the right fielder. I got to tell you this, the umpire has been giving these pitchers that outside half the plate but he's been very, very consistent in all his balls and strikes. Brings up Zach Thyler. Thyler takes the ball. He is 1 for 3 this afternoon with 1 RBI. Takes a strike. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Foul ball out of play. 1-1. Nice check by Thyler. 2-1. That's off the third baseman's glove. Thyler, he'll take a wide turn, but he won't go anywhere. Nice base hit by the junior center fielder. You realize, Alex, Metamora gets 7 of these starters back next year. 7 of these 10 starters come back next year because we have a DH. And you could argue that your best player has been out for the year, so you return a pretty good nucleus for next year's season. And the entire pitching staff. Well, that was a little odd. The pitcher went out for a pitch out.
Yeah.
And he actually threw a strike. 0-1 to Burnett.
Kind of like
1 out.
The Ole Miss intentional walk-off home run kind of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously not getting the exact same result out of it, but
1-1 to Burnett. Burnett's had a nice afternoon, a nice morning. He is 2 for 3 with a base on ball.
shortstop catches it, makes it 2 outs, brings up Brady Fairfield.
Next up for Metamora, number 4, the second baseman, Brady Fairfield.
He's 1 for 3 this afternoon. Fairfield had a sacrifice back in the 4th. It's up and out. That's going to drop.
Nice effort by Peter Hanley, though. Almost got to it.
Fairfield down in the count, 0-1. 2 outs here in the 7th. He's down 0-2 now. Foul ball down the right field line. Up and out of play.
That caught by the center fielder. The Redbirds are 3 outs away from capturing a 2nd straight sectional championship. 8-4 heading into the bottom of the 7th.
And Notre Dame's going to have 9, 1, and 2 up. It'll be Brendan Burdos along with their leadoff hitter Luke Shadid and Truman Ralph. Burdos is 0 for 1. Shadid is 1 for 3. And Ralph is 0 for 3.
So as mentioned, it'll be, I believe you said, Matt Corey leading it off.
Corey comes back in to hit.
Batting for Notre Dame, number 2, Matt Corey.
Corey is actually 1 for 1 with a base hit back in the 3rd inning. Ball a little bit low. 1-0. That ball's a little bit low also. He's around the plate, just seems to be a little bit low. There's a strike. 1-2, or 2-1.
outs here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a hard ground ball over to Skender. That's something you don't see too often.
Next up for Peoria, Notre Dame, number 6, Luke Shedid.
That'll bring up the top of the order. Nice block by GD. Ball on the outside half of the plate. 1-1 the count.
The 1-1 from Lewis.
2-1.
Swing and miss, 2-2.
2-2. And they'll get the force out at second base. That's a great play by the junior shortstop, Ethan Skinder, for the force out at second base.
Now batting for Peoria, Notre Dame, number 8, Truman Ralph.
That brings up Truman Ralph, 1 out, 1 on. Ralph is 0 for 3.
Strike 1.
Oh, nice stop by GD. 1-1 the count. 1 out. Always important to get that first out in the last inning. That's up in the air, but it's right at Thyler.
2 outs.
2 outs.
2 outs. 1 more out.
And Notre Dame's down to their final out. That brings up Andy Shadid. Redbirds up 8-4.
Notre Dame, number 7, Andy Shedid.
How ironic this would be. Shadid made the final out in the sectional championship last year in Washington.
I'm sure he's got a bit of that running through his head right now. Wants to avenge that at bat. Strike 1. Strike 2.
That was a knee buckler there. It's 0-2 to Shadid.
That's a fly ball. The Redbirds are sectional champions 2 straight years.
Congratulations to the Metamora Redbirds, sectional champions. Everyone can
Wow.
stick around. We're going to have a plaque presentation.
What a performance by Alex Lewis and the Metamora baseball team. Metamora advances to play the winner of the would be either Sycamore or Rockford Boylan. We'll be back in just a few minutes for the presentation of the plaque and a chat with a very happy head coach, Eric Stone. Welcome back to Peru. We're here with a very happy head coach, Eric Stone. Coach, I thought one of the key things was early on, Peyton Burnett got that fluke hit where he went, the ball went out into the outfield. The outfielder lost. He circled the bases for a 1-0 lead, and it just kind of set the tone for the rest of the game.
It did. It definitely was a unique situation. He hit it pretty well. I mean, high and deep, and the outfielder really had no idea whatsoever. It didn't seem like the Notre Dame guys were hollering at him or directing him or anything, and we just took advantage of that. Peyton was running hard, and once you get that first run sometimes in the postseason, teams will be back on their heels a little bit, especially when you can add, that next inning and come back and put runs on the board.
And I thought that was pretty crucial too. Is Lewis went out the next inning, got a shutdown inning,
right,
and then you came right back and you added on, and that was at the third inning. I think you
it was
added
the third inning. Yeah,
in the third inning you added on, and you did that all with 2 outs.
Right.
They got 2 quick outs. Ethan tried to stretch that single into a
right.
double. Good aggressive play.
Sure.
But that would have been another run.
It would have been. and in some situations, you can get frustrated or upset about that. We told him, hey, great aggressiveness, great play. As the inning started, you kind of start to think back, well, hey, if we had that extra out. But our guys have done a great job with 2 outs, and they battle each at bat. And I think one of the most exciting things is for us offensively, up and down the lineup, guys are having great at-bats. Guys are driving in runs at the bottom of the order, top of the order, middle of the order. Everybody's contributing, and I think that's really exciting.
I think you had 4 hits in the bottom 2, 8 and 9 in your order. So.
Right, and those guys have been swinging the bat hard and hitting into some tough luck. Zach Thyler at the bottom of the order has really been progressing. We thought he would. He kind of got thrown in the fire early because of injury, and he's come along really well. Jeremy Guerrero's hitting at some just tough luck all year. I mean, hit balls on the screws, right at people. But today, they fell, and in the postseason, they've started to fall for them. We told them the law of averages, it'll average out sometime. We're glad it's doing it now.
Then you came back with Alex Lewis today. He pitched no-hitter in that regional championship.
Right.
And then today he comes back, and he has a no-hitter through, I think, 3.
Yeah,
and,
he came out and was very good again on the mound, hitting spots, had great command. And that was the thing that I was watching, was that first hitter. Is he hitting spots? We're calling spots. Is he hitting spots? How's his command? When his command is good, he throws a heavy ball. They beat the ball the ground a lot against him. He's a great competitor, great mentality, and when I saw that, I thought we got a real good shot here.
He pitched into a little bit of tough luck today, but at the end of the day, he shut him down, and your defense played well when they had to play well.
Yeah, and against a very, very good team. Let's not forget how talented Notre Dame is. They run 3 Division I signees already out there on the field, and they have a lot of guys that play at a high level, and for Alex to kind of cause them to struggle offensively, I think it's great credit to him and a great credit to us defensively. We struggled a little bit 2 innings there in the middle, and sometimes that happens. We talk about it, that adversity is going to show up, and might as well embrace it and overcome it. And our guys, I think, have bought into that, and I think that helps us settle down a little bit quicker and makes a difference.
Well, I think part of that is you've had that adversity throughout the year,
right.
With Trent going down,
right.
and then you had some tough luck games throughout the year.
Right.
But the thing that's nice about it is now you're scoring runs
right.
to kind of offset any mental errors or
right.
physical errors you have in the field.
Yeah, we don't want to leave any runs out there because we know. I mean, these teams, when you're playing, you're one of the last 8 teams in your class left. You're playing great competition, great teams that aren't going to die. They're going to keep battling. So the bigger margin you can get, the better. The more runs you can get, the better. And that's kind of our focus, is to keep adding all the time. I'm very impressed with our guys not being complacent and not just physically but verbally. I mean, talking about, hey, we got to add here, we got to add here. They really get it. They've made a great change in their approach here at the end of the season, going to that last weekend. We've kind of completely revamped the offense, and for them to buy in and perform at the level they are is very gratifying. That quickly. Less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
It was less than 24 hours, and they did, and it's paid big dividends, that's for sure.
And now you just wait for the winner, I believe, of the
right.
Sycamore Rockford Boylan.
Catholic, yeah. We'll meet the winner of that game, and we're excited for the opportunity for sure, and we'll be ready.
You have the big left-hander ready for that game.
Yeah, he was telling me he felt good, and today I feel good, and I told him I don't care how you feel. There's no chance whatsoever, and there's no scenario whatsoever that you'll be in this game. All right, so what we wanted to do is win this game and give us our chance on Monday.
So yeah, but Stoney, at the end of the day, you get to go home tonight. You get to celebrate this win. You get to enjoy this win for 24 hours.
That's right.
And then you get to go on a bus on Monday and go to, is it Augustana?
Augustana, yep, back to Augustana.
That'll be an exciting day. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we'll see you Monday.
All right, thank you.
That'll do it from Veterans Park in Peru, Illinois. Metamora wins 8-4. They're the sectional champions